Hi there, Leos, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. Got my giant cup of coffee here, caffeine queen. I got this one at Big Lots. By the way, I read in the news that like a ton of Big Lots are closing down, and it's a real shame because I love Big Lots. You always can find like cute things there. It's sort of like a more discounted like Marshalls, but like an upscale like Family Dollar. Like that's like what I would say it's in between. So, anyways, it's a shame, but anyways, so got my coffee. So last night, Leos, I had this weird dream that someone was trying to create a fake account so that they could date you. So Leos, I would not advise that. Like, I would just be cautious of people who are like creating fake accounts to get dates or the rated R version of like adults dating. Maybe you could let your imagination sort of draw you a picture there of what I'm talking about. But us as adults, we're not blind to like, and women, okay, we're not blind to like, yeah, so it's like, I don't know. It's just like be cautious, women out there dating of like men who create fake profiles, like and just try to um like it's just like a red flag, where they like don't want to meet in person and they're just like super sketchy and like I don't know. Just be careful because it is Valentine's Day next week, so just be careful. Okay, so I have the Medicine Woman Oracle deck that I'm going to be drawing from first, and then I have the Inner Child deck that my own child liked to draw on. So that's really cute. All right, so I'm going to shuffle up these cards, and oh, ooh. Actually, maybe I won't shuffle up the cards. Maybe I'll just read you these cards actually. Okay, the Circle of Life. I give you my blessing to accomplish your quest. Ooh, that is really beautiful, powerful energy right there. I love that. It's kind of like a woman giving birth, almost like getting in position to give birth. And there's a sea tortoise turtle around her. Yeah, and these words like behind her sort of are like mature, sage. Um, this might be like a different language over here, but wow, beautiful divine feminine energy coming through big time. Okay, and then we have speaking out. Your voice is released. Express yourself frankly. Ooh, I like that too. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot too lately, Leos. For you guys, like, um, hold on a second. All right, yeah. So, I feel like your like divine path here is like really all about you finally speaking up and your voice being very clear and precise. Um, I feel like sometimes people will like say things to sort of like undervalue what you're saying, maybe because it's like the sound of your voice, like um, people like don't like I don't know what it is, but I feel like they sort of like label you as someone who's just um, like a girly girl or something like that, and you don't really have like the mentality to speak your words eloquently. But I feel like they'll like try to like sarcastically say like things like, "Oh wow, that was really articulate," or something like that, And it's like, so what if it's articulate? What does that have to do with like the actual words I'm saying? You could have like a stutter and your words are still meaningful. So, um, like the tone and the vibration. I don't know why I'm getting like speech a lot from this. I don't know. I also was watching the new Bachelor season. I'm a huge fan of The Bachelor. I bring that into all my readings, FYI. But one of the dates that The Bachelor went on, um, Grant. His name is Grant, and he went on a date with a woman. I don't remember her name, but she's very goofy, and she brought like a llama to her first introduction with Grant, and then they went on a date to a mall, and she's a speech therapist, and she said she wanted to get into speech therapy because um, her mother was like emotionally unavailable to her. So she didn't really feel like she could like speak about her feelings with her mom because her mom and her had an emotional like detachment. And so that's why she got into speech therapy to help children able to speak their feelings and emotions. That's like the what I got from that date, from learning about her. So it's like a deeper level of interaction happening there. So I feel like for you guys, it's like you don't always want to like speak up because maybe the sound of your voice is something that like people don't take seriously. But I think it's still important that you do speak up, even if you are subconsciously. Like I know for me, for example, in middle school, I was made fun of a lot by the sound of my voice. And it got really under my skin because it made me feel really subconscious because um, like I can't change the sound of my voice and I don't want to change the sound of my voice. You know what I'm saying? And it was like um, really just like not fair to like have to go through that. But even so, I still ended up, like writing a lot because um, that was my inner voice. That was my voice coming through with my writing. So people could read my voice and hear what I was saying through my words. So maybe you've been doing a lot of writing because you're afraid to speak out loud. So just don't be afraid to speak out loud, especially when it comes to like this beautiful, like divine feminine energy that's coming through your reading. And, you know, the universe, source, spirit, your spirit guides, your animal spirit guides here, the tortoise. Okay, that's coming through a lot actually. It's really like connected with that. I wonder what the spiritual meaning is behind that as well. Let me look it up right. Um, so it's longevity and protection, endurance and wisdom. It is seen as a guide to help us connect with energies of the earth and teaches us to take things slow and steady, reminding us that patience often leads to success. Wow. Yeah, so it's like you're definitely being protected here. It encourages a routine of silent solitude and the rush of life overall, amid the rush of life. Overall, the tortoise spirits wants to help you cultivate stability, mindfulness, wisdom beyond years, resilience, and perseverance to keep progressing, like with your spiritual journey here. Okay, yeah. So this is like I'm really thinking a lot about like how um, when you are speaking, sometimes you need to like um, do it in like slow, steady steps, right? I feel like it sometimes. So grounding, yeah. Here we go. Grounding. Being well grounded provides a feeling of security. Yeah, for sure. This is like a tree. This reminds me of a tree, like a spiritual tree. These remind me of like the chakras. And I feel like the branches coming off, yeah, the branches coming off are there's hands and there's wings and there's snakes and there's like all these like kaleidoscope of colors, red, green, blue, black, like a yellowish orange here, like the sun energy here. So it's really about like your roots, like root chakra maybe. So it's a lot, and you're speaking out. So maybe being grounded with your like root chakra is going to help bring out your voice. That could be it too. Okay, and then we have here healing family lines. Ooh, the family tree and healing family lines. This could be a family tree for some of you. So I feel like there's a lot of like, I don't want to say, I don't want to say curses, okay? Generational curses. There we go. Like, I feel like people from like certain ancestors from your past, broke away from spiritual connection to like the divine, to source, and went in a different direction. I feel like a lot of your family line is very like religious based, like Catholic and like maybe Protestant. Um, but you are like completely separate from that. You want to start a whole new like family lineage tree style where your family is like very spiritual connected through like emotions and feelings. Healing family lines. Yeah, this like definitely reminds me of like a Native American medicine woman, like a spiritual woman here. Free yourself from secrets. Discover the hidden treasure of your heritage. Yeah, like there is a lot of secrets like within your family, and discover the hidden treasure of your heritage. I feel like on the one side, you have ancestors who were very fear based, right? They were very fearful of everything. But then there was a different bloodline. No, it's the same bloodline, but it's like there was a different group of individuals, like the black sheep of the family. And they were very spiritual and they were very into like medicinal things and astrology. But I feel like a lot of them were silenced. Yeah, look it up. Maybe like if you go on Google like and just look up your mother's maiden name and your father's name and see if there's like any witches in your family. um you might discover that there could have been one. I discovered that I might be related to um, a witch named uh, Goody the Witch. And I think she was I think her last name was Andrews. So I think she was like on my mother's side or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, yeah, I think she was like related to my grandfather on my mother's side. So, yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. But anyways, so like you can find things out like that. And I feel like once you connect with that part of yourself, um, you're going to find a lot of hidden treasures. Like you were meant to be healing, you were meant to be nurturing, you were meant to work with like the different elements. Um, and put them together and make sense of them all into a really beautiful, like collective energy. Okay, let's see what the inner child cards say. I feel like the phases of the moon are really important here too. Okay, these three cards just flew out. Oh, I love this. Okay, number 11, be decisive, vote. Yeah, I mean, I think voting is important. I think your opinion is important. I think your voice is important. I think what you want to happen in this country is important. I think even if you're a spiritual person and even if you are not like in a government role job or you don't work in politics, you still are a citizen of this country that you live in. You still are a person who is part of the community. Um, yeah, so like a little blue Benny Bunny here. Okay, that's his name. Okay. Um, Benny Blue. Benny Blue, okay? I'm the leader of my life. Yeah, you are the leader of your life. So even like we have this, crazy stuff happening in politics right now. I still think it's important for you to remember, like, don't lose sight of your voice and your opinion matters, especially as a woman, especially as a mother, especially as someone who has been struggling to find your voice for a really long time. And um, you experience all this downloads, people call it the downloads or whatever. You experience reading all this information or viewing all this information, and then you have to like make sense of it, right? And when you come to a conclusion of what you think the country should look like, or what you think your world should look like, or who you want to represent your voice, that's your heart and your soul and your mind protecting you and speaking up for you. Um, hmm. Pursue your dreams. I choose to pursue my dreams. Okay, there's Benny Blue. Okay, so cute. So he has a little love letter here with some dandelions attached to a red balloon, and he's gonna just send his little love letter off into the world for you to receive. Okay. So, and this is your inner child too. So, even though Benny Blue is like, a little boy bunny, right? Um, we can take the message there that Benny Blue is trying to give us, which is nurture your inner child, love yourself. Even if you don't have a Valentine's this February, um, even if you're not in a romantic relationship, or you're going through a really hard time, you can still write yourself a love letter. You can still buy yourself a box of chocolates. I'm gonna do that. Are you kidding me? Like, Valentine's Day without chocolates is like sinful. So even if someone isn't buying them for me, I'm gonna buy them for myself. And and I'm going to be buying them for my little ones too. And I'm going to be buying myself flowers, like the Miley Cyrus song. And um, and I'm also going to be watching what is it? Is it called The Gorge on Apple TV? It's like coming out February 14th. So I think I'm going to be watching that. Okay. So that's my self date. That's my Valentine's date, right? So, and I'm also going to be celebrating the women in my life with Valentine's Day gifts. So I'm actually going to be I have 3 women in my life who I value their friendship. And so I'm going to be sending them a box of the Medicine Woman Oracle cards, because I accidentally actually ordered 4 boxes, which I never do that. So I think it's just like my subconscious like wants me to like buy a lot of these decks and send them to the women in my life who I celebrate as friends, and divine feminine energy there. And so that's what I'm working on. And yeah, so it's going to be great. So, whoa, hold on, sweetie. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So that brings us to gratitude, okay? Being grateful for the beautiful relationships in our lives, and feel how life showers us with blessings. Give thanks. Yeah, I love this. So I feel like while you're healing yourself, while you are working towards, your dreams and your goals and all of that, the universe wants to shower you with blessings. It really does. It wants you to um, get into perspective all the wonderful things that it has to offer you, okay? And then we have joy sprouts within me, fertile foundation. Yeah, foundation. Of course, like gratitude, growth. Um, like I feel like this has to do with grounding and healing family lines. Yeah. Yeah. So like I feel like gratitude is like the universe's way of saying be thankful for you, for believing in yourself, for speaking up for yourself, for doing the right thing because like we can all say like thank you to other people all day every day, because they're, people who we rely on for things, but we also rely on ourselves. So don't lose sight of that, okay? Because I feel like this is your energy giving back to you. Yeah, like you have to learn how to like reward yourself too. Like I know it's like hard sometimes in this like society and in this world to like um you know believe that like we don't like we need to like be subject to like other people giving us things, or like we have to have certain things, like we have to have kids, we have to get married, or we have to work very very hard all the time and like never take a vacation, or we have to give up our happiness or our self-worth to please men even like ugh, right? And I feel like these lessons came down the like line, like the family line, and like got like put in your head, Leo, that you had to um like you know marry someone with a religious background, like marry like these are such like outdated systematic beliefs that you are like really going all the way like this way. You're like, no, like I'm not going that way at all. Um, Fertile foundation. Yeah, there's Benny Blue planting seeds to grow carrots, right? Gardening. I feel like you're gardening your life. Like you're pulling out the weeds. You're pulling out the like no, like the bad seeds, and you're planting good seeds for growth so that you can nurture yourself, so you can love yourself, so you can take care of your purpose and your dreams. Yeah. I feel like that's what's happening right now, for sure. I face life with openness and love. Growth. Oh my God, look, growth. Whoa. Gratitude, grounding, and growth. I don't know why, but I feel like these three like words that start with G, the letter G, are just like very significant. Yeah. Grounding provides a feeling of safety and security. Once you plant the seeds in like fertile ground, you're gonna see them grow, right? And then look, this is little Benny Blue celebrating his birthday with a little cake and everything. It looks like he's almost about to trip over his own feet. Look, he's about to trip on his socks here. Okay, so it's like you want to celebrate yourself, you want to have a good time, but you're like looking over there at like what everyone else is doing. Like there's somebody in a happy romantic relationship that's getting lots of gifts and lots of love and going out and having a great old time, and here's me over here just like with like having my own little party of one, right? And it's like don't stop focusing on what other people are doing and focus on what you're doing, Leo, because you have to give yourself these rewards. Yeah, this person could be or people could be celebrating things with other people, doing things that um like they're they're still surrounding themselves with like other people. They don't know how to celebrate just themselves alone. That's where like the solitude is. Yeah, and self love. Yeah, there's Benny Blue loving himself. Okay? He's cuddling the little bear. He's looking at a photo of himself when he first got it. I love myself exactly as I am. Yeah. Like I just think it's like this overall sense of like worthiness and like you deserve to have like love for yourself. I feel like you grew up in a world where loving yourself wasn't even like a thing. Like it was like about how you're giving to others. What are you giving to others? How are you doing things for other people? What can you give to others? What can I give to myself that's going to give me self-worth that I'm going to value, right? Um okay. Aw. Okay, so let's take a look here at some of these other cards. Okay, so we got the Golden Art Suave Tarot here. Get it open. There we go. It's kind of hard to do, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on with all this. Like, I feel like there's like a lot of drama in the air right now. So I feel like you probably want to like stay clear of that and like focus on yourself right now, which is definitely like good idea. All right, let's find out what exactly is going on. Oh, okay. King of Cups. Yeah, there's like a lot of turbulence um, with this masculine energy here because it's like you have to be like your own divine masculine sometimes, right, Leo? You have to like really be emotionally strong, um, even when the waves are crashing all around you. So the King of Cups, he's already learned how to ground himself. He's already learned how to, um, give himself blessings and um, speak out about his feelings. Okay, so his advice is like this is the circle of life. There's always going to be some kind of energy that wants to crash on your shores. There's always some kind of stormy weather that wants to entangle you in its storm, right? Okay, yeah. Page of Cups. Yeah, this has to do with financing. Like this person, this masculine is not like very like mature financially. They don't know how to like um use their money in the proper way. So they spend it like foolishly. And then I feel like you are the one who's like, why don't we spend the money on something that's like emotionally fulfilling, like long term, that's like gonna be stable and like invest it wisely. And I feel like there's a masculine here that's like very distorted, like immature. And the page of Pentacles is someone who is still like learning about it, right? Yeah, Four of Cups. A lot of masculine energy, Leo. I find like a lot of distorted masculine Leo just like love like lingering around you. Like you don't even ask for it. They're just like, oh well, there's Leo. Leo will understand. And here you are, Leo, with your like King of Cups emotional knowledge on emotional masculine energy. Like, here, I will give you the answers that you seek, little boy. Okay, I mean they do act a little like immature, right? But you are like you've already done the work. You've already listening to your inner child. So you're trying to give them the answers and the advice that they are seeking. They really need to hear, right? People don't always want to hear the correct information. But sometimes it's not about what you want. Sometimes it's about what you need. And this masculine here, he needs to be wise. He needs to listen to the real, true knowledge that is being presented to him through emotional intelligence. Okay, and then these three cups down here, like he probably like invested in these three um energies, okay, and they probably did not give him what he was looking for, and so now he's like, okay, well maybe Leo will give me what I want. But Leo, you're like, no, I'll give you what you need, but I'm not going to give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? So there's that too. Oh my god, another masculine, all masculine energy here. Oh God. Okay, there's so much of it. Okay. So, yeah. 10 of Wands, another masculine that he is holding on tight to these wands. Very restricted. Okay. Very scared to let loose here. Very like guarded almost. Like the heavy burden and the heavy weight of all these things that he's trying to control and manage is like too much for him. So and he's looking at you, Leo, like he's looking at the person who's taking this picture. Well, it's not a photograph, but painting this image of him. And he's saying, I'm not going to give any of this away. I'm going to hold on tight to what I find is wisdom and truth and power. But it's like, you're holding on to it for the wrong reasons. And I don't even think you're holding on to the right things at this point. Okay, 3 of Coins, like 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, here's like a monk, like a fire talk, with they have the bald heads, and then there's like uh, I guess it would be like an investor, like a patron. No, not patron. What is it? What are they called? The people who like give the money to the church, and then the church pays like a local artist to like do work on the church. Okay, so whatever that's called. But this is like 3 people collaborating together. You know what I think, Leo? I think that this masculine, younger masculine here is the same as these other younger masculines here. He's not the King of Cups just yet. Like he's not emotionally intelligent and aware, like self-aware. Like he's doing the work, he's getting paid to do the work, but it's like he's still doing the work someone else wants him to do. Yeah, he might get recognized for his artistry, but I feel like the church is going to get the most of the money. I feel like most of the money that the other patrons, are they called patrons? That the other churchgoers go to the church are going to give most of their money to the church. And is he going to get paid fairly? I don't know. Like maybe he's upset because he did work for the church and then they didn't pay him fairly. And then like the rich aristocrat giving the money and the donation was like, oh, you can give him like 5%, but the church is getting 95%, and then I'm getting all the glory because I'm the rich person that donated the money. So it's like there's a lot of corruption going on. Like the poor peasant artist here is not getting paid, I think, fairly. I think that's upset him in an emotional way because you have 4 cups. Oh, look, 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. I think if this masculine focuses on his talents and his crafts, so like self-employed, self-work, like independent contractor, like I think if he's his own boss and he sets the amount, then I think he will make a better success for himself, Leos. And I think I don't think you are this masculine, Leo. I mean, if you are a man watching this and this resonates, that's awesome, that's great. But most of my videos are geared towards women. 8 of Pentacles is usually like your craft. You're working hard on your craft. So I think once you step away from the church and like this religious pursuit, because I feel like this is so literal, because in the beginning of this reading, I was talking about like how your ancestors, a lot of them went the religious route in life, probably for protection and fear. They were afraid if they were like witches, they'd get burned at the stake or whatever. But like, you're like no, I'm going to remove myself from that, and I'm going to actually go venture out on my own and find my own spiritual journey, and I'm not going to be afraid to say like no to religion or whatever. So I feel like if you do that, you're going to find more value in your work. Okay. So there's like two sides to this because I lost my train of thought here, but there's two sides to this. There's the side where like this is some masculine that you're looking at and you're like observing and you're like, wow. Like, yeah, it's funny that they are like not seeing the bigger picture emotionally, and they're still practicing like old outdated fashions. Not even fashion. It's not fashion. They're all practicing old outdated belief systems of like ways to treat women. But like this is a result from them being mistreated by like I feel like religious factors that like treated them poorly. So now they're kind of like taking it out on you. And I also feel like if you focus on your craft and your creativity, Leo, then you're setting an example. Even if it's a man, you could still be a woman setting an example for a man. A man can be an example for a woman. Sometimes. So, there's a few that are good. So yeah. Oh, and look, 8 of Wands. So 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Wands. Yeah. This is a message. You go from 10 to 8, so you're like lessening the load, right, Leo? So maybe this is like my advice to you, or if it's my advice to like someone you know. But I feel like the message coming through here is that like once this person loosens up and lets go of so much, that they're gonna be set free to receive bigger blessings and bigger messages and bigger abundance that are more positive, less toxic, and less stressful sort of energies. Yeah. Death. Wow. The Tower and Justice. Yeah. Okay. So death, transformation. Yeah. There's the Pope saying, "No, please, death. Don't." Death comes for everyone, even religious leaders. So, like, they still have to be like cautious of like decisions that they make as well. There's a king on the ground here. Wow. Yeah, I feel like if this masculine doesn't like grow up and mature and become more emotionally intelligent, transformation is going to happen because you have the tower. You have the king and the queen falling from the tower. So the divine masculine and the divine feminine, if they're distorted in any way, like I feel like distorted masculines will try to put their distorted view on women to create more distorted feminines, right? To like sort of upset the balance of their lives. Okay, and create chaos and drama, like lightning, fire striking here. Okay, so it's like if the transformation will be like thrust upon you, like it will force you to experience this tower if you don't prepare yourself for the truth. And the truth is, like, you have to realize that, like, we all face death. We all face life and death decisions every day. So I feel like there's two very strong messages, Leo. The first message is that this is the circle of life. We have to deal with um, indecisive people. We have to deal with distorted masculines. And sometimes they come to us and seek out um, just weird things that I'm not going to mention. But you have to stay grounded and you have to stay true to yourself. Okay. And I feel like you offer a lot of emotional intelligence. You are trying to, I don't feel like you trying. I feel like you kind of already have actually like let these distorted masculines know like what you're about, Leo. So I don't think you have to like worry about like sending that message out clearly to them because I think you've already done that, Leo, this week. I think now you're just like waiting for like the dust settle. Like I feel like you brought in this huge like wave of emotional intelligence to counter their huge wave of lack of emotional intelligence. So, um, yeah, and here's like a woman holding her child close to her, right? And like, please don't come for me and my kid, right? Death. Like, so I feel like you don't hide behind religious, outdated belief systems, Leo. You are very spiritually drawn to a much bigger, like, power source, okay? And you know that, like, at the end of this all, at the end when the tower has tumbled down into destruction, it's like, you know that, like, it had to happen, right? And that is what brought justice, Leo. This is what brought justice to this situation, because you're over here doing your own spiritual thing, writing out your own waves, like, just cruising along, learning your own life lessons, and then bam, out of nowhere comes this distorted masculine trying to latch onto you and trying to distort your image of yourself and trying to um, put their emotional lack of intelligence on you and say, like, you have to cure me and this is the way you're going to cure me. And it's like, no, that's not happening. But, like, justice is going to happen right now. I'm going to serve you a big old plate of justice. Like, it's not okay to treat women this way. It's not okay to talk to women this way. It's not okay to approach women this way. And this is someone who hasn't done the inner child work. This is someone who is not grounded. This is someone who doesn't, has outdated belief systems. This is someone who has been wronged by religious people, and they're turning to you, a spiritual leader, for help and guidance, but they're doing it in a way that is disrespectful towards you, Leo. So I feel like you have to work, like, this Eight of Pentacles here is like, keep working on your craft, keep doing you, keep being that self-employed, self-loving, self-caring, self-nurturing, creative craftsman or craftswoman that is tapping into your divine nature to create and bring blessings and bring healing to people through your work. And um yeah, and that's where the justice comes in, is like, you have the final say, okay? That's the truth of the matter. It's like, you have the final say, okay, Leo? And by setting these rules, by setting these laws in motion, the law of you, Leo, that's what I'm getting here, is like the law of you, Leo. What is your laws? What are your rules to how you want to live your best life, how you want to be seen for who you really truly are? And Lady Justice, right? So it's like, you are going to set the tone here, okay? Big time, Leo. And these distorted masculines are just going to have to fall in line, or that you're going to send them on their way, because you're not responsible for their actions. You can tell them their actions are inappropriate or not acceptable or distorted, and they need to, like, get some major enlightenment and fast. Or, if they're still being rude and disrespectful to you after you've, like, been like, no thank you, then you have to start putting up, like, blocks and reporting them to, like, legal enforcement and stuff like that. Okay, Leo. So I hope you don't have to deal with any creeps or any crazies. I know there's a lot of them, especially this time of year. They're all popping out of the cracks, but they can just go, the groundhogs can go back down underground. But yeah, like, you can tell them and offer them your, like, advice and your sage wisdom here, that you've learned through your spiritual journey and trusting your own inner voice. But at the end of the day, they have to do the work themselves. Okay, you're over here doing your own thing, fixing your own heritage line, doing all your karmic good things, like, so that you can fix the things that have been broken in your past and in your life and in your family, and they have to do that themselves. Okay. And it's a process of where, like, you're on your own transformative journey, Leo, that's like part one to this. And like part two to this is other people are going to come to Leo and ask you to do the work for them, ask you to make, to basically, what is the word? Validate. There it is. Validate their bad actions and reward them for their bad decisions. That is not how the world works. We do not get rewards for bad decisions, people. We do not get rewarded for bad actions. We do not get blessings for doing bad things. We get told no, and we have to learn that no is the final word. Okay? No, 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 thank you. So I feel like there's a lot of distorted masculines that you're either dealt with this week or you're going to be dealing with, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, justice. Just remember, you have the final say. You have the final word here. Okay? Because if they're coming to you and asking you for something and it's major disrespect towards you, it's distorted, it's just no. The law of Leo says no to that, right? So Leo, um, anyways, you're on the right track. You're doing all the right things. Check out my group, PriscillaBTarotOnSchool.com. It's only $5 membership, and I post videos there. I'll be posting this video there, and dream videos, and other things that I'm working on creatively. And feel free to post anything you like on there in regards to like if you're doing something artistic, or even if you're trying to like promote something. I love, you know, being supportive and helping other women and stuff like that. So don't worry about self-promotion and all that stuff. That's such bullshit. Like today's day and age, like we need more platforms to self-promote our stuff because the economy is shit, right? So love and light to you always. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.